So hi guys, welcome back to my channel once again. And if you remember guys, few days back, I had launched a video which was on the introduction of Bloom's taxonomy. So today I'll be discussing, and I also told about the different three domains that are there. And today I'll be discussing the details of the cognitive domains and what are the subdivisions of the cognitive domains and what it looks like. So let's start, and I have also prepared a PPT for you guys. So I am just sharing my screen. Just give me a moment. So here is my Canva where I make my PPTs. By the way, if you guys want me to share, how I make my PPTs, I can do that also. Please let me know in the comment box. So this is today's video. I'm just going into the sharing mode. Yeah, so I am on the sharing mode right now. So this is our video today, that is levels of Bloom's taxonomy. So let's talk about the cognitive aspects of the Bloom's taxonomy. So first thing is the contents of this particular presentation is that you have 6 levels in the cognitive domain, which is knowledge, understanding, application, analysis, evaluation, and creation. Now, out of these 6, the first 3, that is knowledge, understanding, and application, they belong to the lower order thinking skills. And the last 3, which is there, analysis, evaluation, and creation, they belong to the higher order thinking skills. Now, I have kept very minimum, content in this slide because I want you to actually understand the concept. And I'll be also telling you some words through which you can make questions of these levels. But I will not give stress on those words because that you can Google and you can find it anywhere. So I will stress on your concept basically so that you understand this entire concept. So to start with knowledge, knowledge is whether the student is able to recall all the information. Knowledge is without understanding. When you, learn something, when you have not understood it, but you have just mugged it up. Okay, you have just learned it blindly. So that is called knowledge. And you can have questions starting with like words like identify, list. Okay, so this is what the knowledge includes. And in knowledge section, the student is only able to retain the information. The student don't go into the depth of the topic or the conversation. Next is the understanding level. This is where the students understands any concept and writes in his or her own words. Now, you may have questions like this. For example, explain, questions which starts with explain, questions which starts with interpret. Okay, these kind of questions comes under the understanding level where you have to actually understand the concept and then explain it. Now, for example, if that there are definitions in every subject, okay, every subject have definitions. Now, it depends how you are telling the definitions. Either if you just mug up the definition and telling it as it is, it comes in the knowledge domain, okay, knowledge part. If you are understanding the definition and trying to tell the definition in your own words, that means you have understood the definition and you are trying to explain it in your own language. So, for example, I'll give you some questions like examples. Explain the reasons for the deforestation of forests, okay? Or explain the reasons for the depletion of trees, okay? So this is what the comprehension or the understanding section is known as. It is also known as comprehension, where you comprehend. Comprehend means to understand whatever you are reading or learning. Now we go to the next one. The next one is application. Application is basically whatever the students have learned, okay, how you are using that knowledge in a new situation, how you are using that knowledge. Now, I'll give you an example. For example, in geography, you have studied latitudes and longitudes, which is there from the very smaller classes, like from class 5 and 6, you start learning about it. Now, if you get a question like, how do you use your knowledge of latitudes and longitudes to locate any place? So if you are given a place, for example, New Delhi, so how will you use your knowledge of latitude and longitude to locate New Delhi? So this is what application is. Okay, so application in real life, in these days, in the question papers, whether it is ICSE or CBSE board, you get a lot of questions which are application based. Even the MCQs which are coming, that is also application based. That means you have studied the chapter, you know the concepts well. Now the same concept is given in a situation where you have to apply your knowledge. Now here words like, demonstrate, apply, construct, these words are used in application. Now coming to the next one, this is analysis. This is the higher order thinking skills. Now our higher order thinking skills starts from here. Okay. Now analysis comes wherein you have an information and you have to divide that information into parts. Okay. Now, for example, if I am talking about, if I'm telling you to differentiate between two types of forest, which is a very common question, like you have tropical rainforest and you have tropical deciduous forest. Now, if I ask you to differentiate between these two types of forests, what you have to do is you should know the traits of these forests. So, for example, where are the tropical rainforests located? Where are the tropical deciduous forests located? So first point will be your location. Second point is what are the climatic characteristics of these forests? So what is the rainfall? What is the temperature in both? Third can be what are the type of trees which are found in these forests? Okay. Fourth point can be animal species which are found in these forests. So what you're doing in this differentiation question, you have divided this question into parts. Okay, so that is where analysis comes, where you have a concept which has to be divided into parts. Now analysis can also come, sometimes you get passage based questions, okay, where there is a lot of information which is given and you have to divide the information. So analysis comes there also. So if you look at the slide, it says, can the student dissect and reassemble the idea or issue? That means the concept which is given, can the students differentiate it into parts? Okay. And how, if you can also get question on wherein you have to come up with your own solution regarding any particular topic after analyzing the whole thing. You are coming up with any solution or any kind of interpretations when you actually read something. For example, you may have heard something which is called topographical maps. Now these topographical maps, there are small conventional signs. For example, the temple is shown with a small triangle. Okay, the settlements are shown with small red squares. So basically you should know the conventional signs to interpret the map. So similarly, you can interpret any passage or any information which is given. So basically, analysis comes in play where the information has to be divided into parts and then you study it. Next is evaluation. Evaluation is where you have an option of things. Okay, now you must have got questions. The students must get, they get questions in the exam like, which starts with judge, okay, or select, or support your answer, or justify your answer, okay, or prioritize, or verify, okay, after a certain statement. So basically, evaluation means where you are selecting something, which option is better, okay. Now, I'll give you a simple example from the daily life. For example, you are a parent and you are choosing school for your child. So you go to different schools, you go to 2, 3 schools, you understand their curriculum, you see their infrastructure and everything. You assess the schools and then you choose which one is better for your child. So basically what you're doing, you are evaluating that which is better and which is not so good. And so this is where evaluation comes. So your questions like judging and, whichever words I told just now, all those words comes in the evaluation part. So evaluation is also a part of the higher order thinking skills. Okay. Next we come to is the creation. Okay. So creation is the last highest order of higher order thinking skills. Now, here is something where you use all your knowledge of different levels, right from knowledge, understanding, application, analysis, evaluation, and you create something new. Okay. I will give you 2 examples for this. One example is, for example, in your class, you have studied about earthquakes, say why the earthquakes occur, what are the steps that you can take so that you can minimize the damage of the earthquake. Okay. What you should do, all the do's and don'ts and all those things. Now, what if you get a question like, say, create an evacuation plan for your school in case of an earthquake? That is a creation-based question. That means you know what is an earthquake, you know what are the causes, you know the phenomena, you know the do's and don'ts. Now you have to combine all your knowledge and you have to create something new. Now, what is that new? That new is basically an evacuation plan. So you're making an evacuation plan for your school. So that is what. Another example I'll give you. For example, you have to make a PPT. Maybe teachers who are teaching in the classes or students, you have to make a PPT. Now, that is also a kind of creation. For example, that is not a question, but that is also something you are creating something new. Now, what are the things that you should know? First of all, you should know how to switch on your laptop or your PC. Okay, whether you have a desktop or laptop, you should know how to switch it on. Nowadays, you can make presentations in your phone also. So the PPT which is running right now, it is on Canva software. The same thing you can download on your phone also if you don't have a laptop or a desktop, and you can make from your phone also. So you should know, coming back to the topic, you should know how to switch on your computer. You should know how to use the software, whichever you are making, maybe a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation or a Canva or any other software. You should know that what is your content that you're going to give in the PowerPoint. You should know what kind of images to select. So nowadays, if you open Google also, there are so many searches which are there, but you have to select the right image which suits your topic well. Okay. And your slide has to be very catchy. Catchy means it should not be loaded with too much of information. Rather, you should explain well what is there in the slide. That is what I am also doing right now. And so this is what it is. So you should know how to add animations and all those things. So you are using all your knowledge to create something new. So creation based, this is the highest order of thinking skills, you can say, in the Bloom's taxonomy. So these are the 6 levels of the Bloom's taxonomy. And if you have liked this presentation and whatever I told you, I would expect you subscribe to my channel. And that's it from my side. And bye-bye, guys.